In today's 5-Minute Gardener, even though the weather's getting cooler, not too early to be thinking about spring and sweet peas. Here's Debbie Mounce.
And one of my favorite things to do in the fall at this time of the year is to plant sweet peas. We all have memories of our grandma's gardens and sweet peas. But I'm going to show you today one of the best ways that I know how of getting sweet pea seeds to germinate. So I'm going to show you a way that I know how to do that. So what I've got here is I've got 2 packages of sweet pea seeds. Now you can use whatever seeds you like. It doesn't matter, whatever works for you. And I've just got a Tupperware container with a tight fitting lid. And here's a paper towel. I've just doubled it over. And I'm just going to fold it like this and stick it in the bottom of the Tupperware container. Okay, now I'm going to take my sweet pea seeds and I'm just going to dump them right there into the Tupperware container. All right. Now what I like to do when I'm doing this is I like to always plant more seeds or try to germinate more seeds than I'll think I'll use, because not all of them will germinate for you. So if you plant some extras, if you try to germinate some extra seeds, then you're going to get the proper amount that you want for your garden. So now I've got them on the paper towel. So now all I'm going to do is I'm going to put water in here, and you just want enough water to totally saturate the paper towel and go up about halfway along the side of each of these seeds. So just about like that. I may need a little smidge more water there. And then what you do is you take them and you put the lid on and you leave them for at least 24 hours for them to germinate. Okay? So I'm going to put the lid right on here, and we're going to pop it, burp it, and there it is overnight. So here I have some that I did for you yesterday. And you can see in here, here's the ones that I did yesterday, and you can see how they've swollen. You can see right in here, like some of these, the little skin has broken apart on them. This is a good guy to plant. Some of them are still small and hard, like this guy right here. See, he hasn't broken through that outer shell. All of these guys have swelled up with the water, and they're really ready to plant. So now what you can do is just take those seeds, and you can either plant them in a pot, or you can plant them in the ground. You only bury them about a ½ an inch below the soil.
Okay, so I have so many questions for you. Sunlight and temperature when you're germinating?
It doesn't matter. I would just, stick them on your kitchen counter. That's fine. They don't have to be in full sun or anything. They'll just pop open just from the moisture in the paper towel.
Why do you do it in the Tupperware? Why not just put them directly into the soil?
Because sweet peas, a lot of seeds have specific conditions that they need to be met in order to germinate. Some of our desert seeds need fire or extreme heat to germinate. Some of them need to be roughed up or be tumbled with rocks. So that's how come some of them germinate. Some of them need freezing cold temperatures. The sweet peas need the moisture to break through that outer shell that protects them in order to germinate. So that the moisture does that.
Okay, and I have the black thumb, admittedly.
Okay, all right.
So you put it in the soil, and then how often do you water, and when can you expect something to pop out?
Well, I recommend to folks that they plant them in their garden. You can do them in a pot if you want, or you can plant them straight in the garden in a spot that gets afternoon shade in the springtime. Because as the temperatures start to climb, that afternoon shade is going to protect those sweet peas, and you'll get an extended bloom time on them. So that's the best way to do it. Now, if you're going to use the taller sweet peas, which is what most of them are, the stems will get to be about 4 to 6 feet tall. So even in a pot, you can do like a thing where you can put a trellis in the pot, or you can grow them up against the fence. Or the other thing you can do is you take a big pot and you make like a teepee, like 3 stakes tied at the top, and just wind them around, and then they'll kind of self-support. And then you get all these big flowers.
And you're saying do that now.
Do that now.
We're in winter,
now,
right?
Right. Well, we're not in winter yet, but what will happen is the sweet peas will come up, and I actually had a pot to bring you, and it had a little accident to show you. I was going to bring you and show you.
It had
a little accident. Yes. Anyway, so What happens is the sweet peas at work that we germinated about and planted 2 weeks ago, they're about this tall already because of the warm weather. So what happens is they'll grow and grow. As it cools off, they kind of just stop and they wait.
Okay.
You don't have
and
to
it's
cover
not going
them.
to die off when it gets
No,
cold. It'll be fine.
and then it'll bloom in the spring.
Okay, something to look forward to. You can
Yeah.
just watch it happen
Yeah,
over time,
fun.
months of time. Thanks,
It's a great
Debbie.
kids project.
Oh, good idea.
Yeah.
Bring the whole family into
Yeah.
it. Thank you, Debbie, so
Sure,
much.
you're welcome.